Hey AfterBuzzers, we're back for another recap of Mistresses. It is episode Blurred Lines in just a second.
You're tuning into the destination for TV superfan discussion, AfterBuzz TV. And now, let the buzz begin.
What I'm trying to say.
Wow, I haven't heard this song forever. I know you want it. Hey, I know you want it.
I think the girls should have danced to this in the episode, right? Anyway, AfterBuzzers, you are back here for your Mistresses weekly dose, episode Blurred Lines, and I'm one of your hosts, Francesca. You can find me Twitter and Instagram, XOXOCESCA, and I'm with these lovely dancing and singing ladies. To my left is the lovely Sterling.
Hey guys, I'm Sterling Cates, and you can find me on Twitter at Sterling Cates.
And then Alison.
I'm Alison Dean. You can find me everywhere at the Alison Dean.
And then April.
What's up, everybody? I'm April Whisenhant. You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at April Whisenhant.
Yes, and April is in the live chat right now, so
Sure, I am.
Make sure to chat with us. Okay, let's just kind of go through the episode in order as things appeared this evening.
All right.
Yes. All right. All right.
Getting really good at the Australian accent.
Let's just do the whole episode of the Australian. No. Okay.
Not.
Anyways, so Kate finds out that her ex-fiance Brian, who cheated on her and who she was trying to smash all of Los Angeles, has a new girl, and she's in a new relationship. So she's freaking out. She's wearing a Snuggie, and she's eating cereal. And she has to put $1 in the jar every time she says Brian because she's freaking out.
I'm just happy the reappearance of a Snuggie came about in this episode.
The new girl that Brian is dating is not the girl that he cheated on her with, right?
I don't believe so, yeah.
That's happened to me before. I'm going to be completely honest. Someone that I was talking to, we weren't about to get married or anything. That's completely worse. But, wandered with someone.
Wandered. You're so nice.
But then,
Who is this?
So we ended it, and then he started dating a different person. So I was like, was it worth? What the hell is going on?
Was it worth it?
Probably
Put my name down, flip it, and reverse it.
It obviously wasn't worth it. I don't know. It's hard to say. Anyway, so relatable.
Yeah.
Thanks, Kate.
Me too, girl. I don't know what's happening in here right now.
So that's what happens with Kate. She's going crazy. We see her go bonkers because, of course, the guy's name that the architect was talking about was named Brian. So she freaks out and she colors all over.
She's very sensitive right now.
I wonder how much money she owes Harry for saying Brian.
Yeah,
right.
Probably a lot. I wonder if they're going to revisit that next week.
Wait, I hope not.
So maybe I'm just forgetting this, but did Harry definitely say yes to the restaurant? I didn't think we saw him say he did say yes.
Yes.
Okay. Because I was wondering, I'm like, I guess he said yes because they have all these plans with this guy.
It's because Jonathan convinced him with the whole family bit.
Right.
And last episode, too, Harry was being very, insightful and good advice. And this episode, he was doing the same thing. What did he say to... He said something to Kate at the end. Damn it, I'm sorry, I didn't write it down.
I like that he was like, we're Davises. I give you a day, and then no, you're gonna get up and
pep talk
and kind of move along because it is, I'm sure, one of those easy things to just kind of get sucked in and get sucked into being sad and not wanting to do anything. But I like that he's being the big supportive brother that he is.
Big bro.
He wants to. He's going out of his way to try and get stuff for her to do and to take her mind off of it. So instead of just kind of wallowing, he's like, okay, you deserve some time to be sad, sure, but let me hook you up.
Right.
Not with a man, with stuff to do.
Right.
I'm just glad that she kind of reached her own conclusion on her own without him having to go and apologize for being too tough and blah blah. By the end of it, she was like, you know what, I get what you're saying. Thanks for having my back. Thanks for pushing me, even though I just wanted to sit around in my Snuggie all day.
Yeah.
Right.
So I'm glad that she kind of got it together by the end of it.
I mean, the reality is it would be pretty boring if they keep her on this sort of storyline for the rest of the season. So I'm pretty sure we're gonna see some spice.
Especially when we've never met this Brian person. So it's we don't know what his face looks. You know what I mean? We don't have a face. We don't care.
We don't care about you, Brian.
Precisely.
So sayonara, and let's invite in the next man.
Let's do it.
I wonder how they're going to tie her in really with the rest of the girls completely, though, because
maybe she'll start dating Alec.
maybe so.
Ooh, drama.
She better not.
Or drama.
But I mean, we see tonight how like April offered her the job to work at her store and everything, but I wonder how, I don't know, to me she just seems like such an outsider, where last season Callista, even though she was clearly just, you know, the closest with Joss, she's still, it just meshed.
Yeah.
And for me right now anyway, Kate's not like meshing into their storyline. She's meshing as Harry's sister.
Well, now she starts working at April's store. I think that'll give her more of a relationship with April and all of them when they hang out there and gossip and yada yada.
Do you think
like that's probably their introduction to? Because when I saw her sitting there, when they were just talking about it in the like when April brought up the job in the first place, I was like, wait, why is Kate here with them?
I was thinking the same thing.
You can't sit with us.
You can't sit with us.
I thought she was there to drink wine.
Yeah, but but it was like random for me that she was there.
I like Alison.
You know what I mean?
She finds the good in everything.
Yeah.
Wine.
Speaking of, can we drink wine next time?
Let's do it. All right. Well, did she agree to work with April? Because remember when she was talking?
At the end, she did.
Oh, she did? Okay. Because, yeah, she was talking with Harry, and she says, what did she say? I don't want them to be my bosses. They're my friends.
Yeah.
I was like,
are they, though?
And then Harry was like, don't be a dum-dum.
Since when were they your friends?
You need a job.
Right. At the end, when she's like, okay, I get it. I was acting a little cray-cray. I'll take the job.
Yeah.
And he's like, I can put it in a good word for you.
Uh-huh.
But at this point, April didn't get that job, so
exactly
he might not be able to.
Yeah, this thing with April. Oh, so I want to say Dustin kind of helped us out. We were a little clueless. We forgot he had mentioned Dustin, one of our faithful watchers and listener. The actor who plays Michael, Ian Harvey, he's actually a transgendered man. So that like kind of, now it all makes sense to us why we were feeling a little like wondering about his character, right? I don't like, now we're wondering if they're gonna play that into his like online, like his character on the show, or not. We don't know, but
well, it seems like they may
thanks,
be
Dustin.
based on the coming next week.
Yeah.
Dramatic sort of.
I don't know what to think, to be honest.
I don't either. It seems like such like a, not that it's a weird storyline, of course, I don't mean it that way. It's a very relevant and important storyline, and they could do good things with it, but it's just kind of like, wait, where is this coming from? I don't know. And the fact that, and maybe I feel that way because of how they made her be so, like, attracted when we were all like, wait,
What's
that's not
going
like your
on?
type
Yeah.
of guy or anyone who you've ever gone with before. So maybe it just seems a little forced still, but I feel like it would be kind of a random storyline, but I think that's where they're going to go with it. Only because in the preview, he's like, I have something to tell you. But there could be so many things to tell her. I don't know.
I just feel like for me, regardless of what's happening or what's going to happen in the future, at the end of the day, there just like wasn't any chemistry there for me between April and him. So it was just kind of like, even that kiss felt really forced. It felt very awkward. Like all of their scenes feel very awkward. And I don't know if that's just the acting,
I'm with you 100%.
or if it's the part it's supposed to be that way. I'm not really sure, so I'm just very confused by the storyline in general.
I think for us too, especially with her character, she's had such spicy relationships that we've seen.
Yeah.
Daniel.
And we love Mark so much.
Yeah.
Alec. So like she's had enough points of reference where we kind of know now when she's not feeling it or I don't know. It doesn't
It's
make
forced,
sense.
maybe.
It feels a little forced.
It just almost, it seems like too, I think I said this exact thing last week, but it seems too buttoned up. Like, even just watching her at the concert with Mark, and I don't know, it just seems very like, when she's, I don't know how to describe that.
I like but rewind.
It just, that's how it seems. It doesn't seem like it's something that is natural. I just can't. The kiss was so atrocious that I keep playing it in my mind, and it was literally just like a.
I don't feel like it was a kiss. I feel like he just like attacked her face for 5 seconds.
It wasn't necessary. It wasn't necessary to put that in the story right there. Like it almost would have been better if it was like one of those like kisses where you go to kiss somebody on the cheek and then it's like you kind of accidentally a little bit.
And then they kind of felt something.
Right. That would have been better than just
Maybe.
the straight up like, oh, I'm like 7th grade kissing you. I don't know. It was just weird.
Do we think a wife really existed? That's what I'm curious about now, because like she never was around. She was in New York, and then she was supposed to come, and then she all of a sudden served divorce papers. Like, do we think that she existed? Is this something that he was maybe just using?
Let's ask chat. What does Caitlin and Sheena 123 have to say?
Yeah.
Because when April was like, I'm starting to question if she even exists, I was like, me too. Like, where is this person?
Maybe that's his secret.
Chat's gonna tell us.
Yeah.
Well, I almost think, like, why would he, like, he has zero reason to lie about that. Like, I can't think of a reason why he would make that up.
Well, it's like a good entree. Like, I have a wife, so I'm non-threatening.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm not hitting on you from the jump. It's more of a transitional thing.
You know what I mean?
Perhaps.
That makes sense.
Yeah, in like a weird way trying to get closer to April.
Right. But I mean, well, so before this kiss, they have this moment in the store where I'm sitting there like, he came and said she's not coming. Instead of you rushing to your boyfriend's thing, you're sitting there having wine with him. Like,
Right.
Yeah, that didn't make, it just all didn't make, I was,
that,
I didn't love it.
if anything, that gave him more mixed signals. You know what I mean?
Caitlin Kodia says that she does not believe the wife exists.
Okay.
That's one.
Yeah.
We got one vote for no wife.
I think that
Keep them tally.
the meeting between the two of them, or with the wine and everything, was so weird because it's another one of those like forced situations, and it's just because we have gone from having April and Marc, I literally almost said Scotty, y'all. April and Marc being so happy to now it's just like all of a sudden they're not, and things are just weird, and I don't know, it's just too big of a jump. It's like, how do you want us to feel about this?
Right, I know. Well, the last episode they were like weird, and then is this I cannot talk. I can never talk on Mistresses. Jeez. But then this episode they seemed a little more cuddly, uppily, and like, you know, he told April, you know, me and Sofia, we're just professional, you know, like
Until
you
you're
and
not.
Michael. And she's like, oh, well, we kind of kissed, but
Yeah, did you guys think that she was going to say anything, or were you just like, in that moment when she should have said something about Michael?
I didn't think she would, but I definitely thought she should have.
Yeah.
I mean, because it's literally just the perfect timing. But then it was also kind of the first time in a while that we've seen them be happy together.
Right.
So I also
Yeah.
get nods. I am waiting for that. Is that how I want to use that word?
Longing?
I don't know. Well, I'm longing for, like, I really enjoyed seeing them happy
Happy,
again
yeah, I
together.
agree.
So
Yeah, when we watched that scene, you were like, oh, yay. And I was kind of like, this is going to come back and bite her in the butt for sure. But I do love seeing them cute together, because I do love Marc.
yeah,
so Sophia has some pipes on her. She can sing. So
can he.
yeah, he can, but she really can sing.
Yeah.
Or they can lip sync, and this is hard to say.
I was like,
Tough to say.
For the characters, So
Yeah,
do you guys feel that she's gonna be a threat
Marc and Sofia definitely have chemistry.
Yeah. More so
There's
than
April
him
and
and
Marc.
right now? Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
Totally.
and then Daniel came back.
Exactly. Perfect way for him to make his return.
I have no idea.
Did you know he was here in our Ricky Whittle was here in our AfterBuzz studios like 2 months ago again? No. Yes, I know.
To see who?
For the 100, for show the 100, and I was so random, Mistresses, people so random, but I just saw it and I was like, oh my god, Alison would be so mad that she didn't
I am mad.
know that he was here.
We have another vote in the opposite direction. Sheena123 says, for some reason, I think a wife is going to show up.
Hell yeah, Sheena 123. Let's get some drama.
That'd be some, yeah, exactly.
Which would be
some
a way
nice
to
drama.
take it if April does end up liking Michael. If she ends up liking, that's weird because my brother's name. If she ends up liking him, then it's like, oh,
April,
now
not
the wife because it's your name.
Second.
She is my favorite on the show, but whatever.
It took me like a second. I'm sorry. That's funny.
It could be a good way to like dramatize that. Like, oh, the wife is, if they go that way with it, like the wife is back now, and I don't know.
Yeah.
I hope they don't, but I mean, theory.
I don't know if I like the wife though, because she doesn't like yellow and she doesn't like animal. Like,
Giraffes.
hello, giraffes.
Well,
just kidding.
We don't know if she
That's
doesn't like
giraffe
giraffes, just
wall
in general.
print, a wallpaper. I don't know if anybody really
Probably that
likes
much
it.
anyway.
I bet Jonathan Adler doesn't mean giraffe print.
That's true.
Right.
Good point.
Totally.
All abstract and such.
Maybe. Okay. Anyway.
Anyways,
Anywho.
so at this,
Something about giraffes.
This is like
so the little show that he was performing at was called New Tunes, right? I think?
new too.
It's like Coachella.
Right?
But not.
Right.
We have 1 vote for wife and 1 vote for no wife.
I love
So
it.
far we're
Wow,
tied.
just really tallying up over there.
This is getting real.
Oh, yeah. Anyways, so new tunes. And then there's this girl, Stacey North.
Oh, right.
Stacey North. All I could think about was the Kardashians. North.
That did not go through my mind,
That
but I
totally-
understand why it would.
It didn't go through my mind either.
Yeah.
I feel like if North wasn't named North, they wouldn't have picked North.
Maybe.
That's just my thought. Anyways, so Stacey North, she's this like other girl, and Joss, I guess someone
She's like a Selena Gomez type.
Yeah.
right from acting to singing, and then Joss's clients left her. Did I miss that somewhere? Like, or did she just talk
No.
about it, or do we see something?
Well, she's trying to rebrand herself after this whole Callista thing where she ended up arrested and all
Right.
this stuff. So obviously that affected her business.
Yeah.
And so she's trying to get new clients and, build back up.
I don't feel like we were ever under the impression that she had no clients.
Right.
It seemed like obviously you can't have nice office assistants if you're not bringing, well, I guess you could, but it would be very expensive.
when we started the first episode of the season, remember she talked to Kylie, her person, like, they were when they were catching us up on where they've been the last like 6 to a year or whatever.
Yeah.
She was talking with Kylie about, what to do, this and this and this. So
Right.
I was never under the impression that
She didn't have clients. But I think she just she wanted to probably bring on some more high profile people.
Yeah, well, Callista got her where she is because the dude said she was doing the toddler parties or whatever it was.
That's what I was gonna say. Wasn't she going she didn't necessarily have a lot before Callista?
Yeah, so that was her big breaking point,
Right.
or whatever it's called.
Breaking into the biz,
Yeah.
I guess. Because I thought for a while she was even unemployed, but I could be remembering that
Well,
wrong.
she was doing event planning stuff. That
Right.
was really, and that seemed to have segued into the
PR.
PR event space.
Yeah.
but I think that was covered in the off season, or
I think so. Yeah.
developed through the off. Yeah, so I don't know.
In the year that went by.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah. So she approached her a little aggressively, I guess, not aggressive in an angry way, but hey, and she right off the bat, she started being that cutthroat PR type stuff. I don't know if all PRs are cutthroat, but she said right away, your manager sucks. You need
Kicking
to
other
be with
people
me.
down to
Yeah.
bring herself up.
Yeah, and that's not really the forum for which, if you're trying to draw new clients, you wouldn't be doing that
Yeah.
right as someone's walking into an event. I mean,
Right.
Hey.
it's a little creepy.
Well, because that just seems almost like it's
Desperate?
like something a fan would do.
Yeah.
Exactly. She
Well,
said,
she
"Do you
thought
want
she
a
was a
picture?"
fan.
Yeah.
I don't know.
desperate.
It's awkward.
Little odd. Yeah.
She's still new to the game.
Gotta do what you gotta do.
But also she's playing dirty just like the big timers do, so.
Well.
But she obviously didn't do her research too much. She didn't know what the guy she was talking smack about looked like.
Yeah.
Right.
Because he was right there and heard the whole thing, so it's embarrassing.
Yeah, and he put her in her place.
Yeah. As you should have. If
Completely.
someone was saying that about you right in front of you, you would obviously defend yourself.
Yes.
The whole phone scene though, where
That
she
was
ends
odd.
up, it was
Does he not have a
because it
password?
would never happen.
Right? Never happened.
He would definitely have a password.
Her fingerprint is not stored in his phone. That's for damn sure.
And the second someone comes over and is like, "Oh, I spilled something," my first reaction, probably most
me get
people's,
my phone.
exactly, because you don't know where this liquid is coming from.
Right.
I mean, it could still be spilling
True.
everywhere.
Good
so
point.
it's, he's never gonna be like, "Oh," and then, I mean, it was not.
He was
believable, but
he wasn't even like that. He was like, oh.
Yeah,
and
he
pulled
right.
the phone further away from Joss. Yeah. Oh, here, Joss, will you watch this for me? Thank you.
don't steal my contacts.
Here's my password in case you want to, get a few texts or something.
So weird.
right?
It was pretty weird.
And so she was supposed to just only get the contacts, and then we find out that she leaks.
Wait,
these
but how would
text
that even
messages.
work? How do you get all the contacts?
I know,
Like,
she's
I was
just-
wondering the same thing.
I know, she literally just looked at it. So how did she get the text
You're like,
to leak
let me
it?
memorize 55 phone numbers that I really
Did
want.
she email
and-
herself?
Yeah, did she
something?
email
Like-
herself? Because then he would know
Paper
that it was
trail.
her.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah, that was all.
They didn't explain that very well. Plot holes.
I don't necessarily look at my sent mail all the time. So maybe it would take me a while, but eventually I would figure it out. And then that's just blackmail against her. Oh, this is how you won her by, releasing these bad statements about her. even though it's not anything like about her personality or whatever, but it is just something negative saying that like, oh, someone thinks you sound like a squawking cat or whatever it was.
Right.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Eesh, I would not even want to hear
At
it.
least she didn't release the worst ones. You know,
Yeah.
she said they were worse.
Yeah.
But so then that makes me question if she's being genuine to her Stacy when she says, "Oh, I saw you perform and I think you have talent."
That seemed genuine
Yeah,
to
because
me.
she was
Or she
obviously
just-
there because she knew the song that she sang or whatever.
Yeah,
But is she just trying to get a client? Because not all singers can sing. Let's be real.
For sure. I mean, she probably a little bit of both, but only because I'm like, really though, how big of a fan are you of this little chick? But
Little
I mean,
chick.
she's, I don't know like the ages on.
Right.
Actually, I have no idea how old the characters are,
Yeah.
but it seems like one of those things like, oh, I'm sure you could be a fan just as like. I don't know. I would be a fan of someone who, you know, I guess I just like young music, maybe. I don't know. But it seems like are you really going to like back alley
Right.
places to watch her play? Probably not necessarily. I think she went for sure, but I don't think she went like as a fan, like, oh my gosh, and has been following her or anything.
I kind of was like, I think she really does like her and is genuinely like interested in her music. Thinks she can be famous. Thinks she can be really big, but she's willing to play dirty to get her. Like I
Right.
think that's just, to me, that's what it seemed like.
Yeah, I concur with that.
Well, she did what she needed to do, and she got Stacy, and Stacy's in. So
But
now she has a new
but then
client.
when she gets the new client and Harry's like, I guess the good guys do win, and then that's when she kind of realized, well,
She had to go to her impact class after
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
she felt
yeah,
guilty.
she's like, am I a good guy? It's hard to say.
But everyone can do bad things sometimes, Joss. You don't need to be so hard on yourself.
Well, so this is the first time she's going to therapy, right? Like she was using the actual like kickboxing as therapy, and this was the first time we saw her actually sitting down talking, right?
Well,
Yeah.
this is apparently another dimension of the impact
Fight Club.
class. Yeah, of the Fight Club.
Rule number 1:
it's
don't
the-
talk about therapy sessions.
Yeah, the psychological
Yeah.
portion of the class. But yeah, it is the first time that we get the reveal. And actually it was interesting because I feel as though Joss is the kind of character for us where she would already be above the things that she was saying. Like, oh, I don't think that they would, I think they'd think less of me. And I'm like, absolutely not.
I don't think they
Right.
would. Yeah,
Yeah.
like
This is the thing. She was saying things that she was feeling that are not in line with her character.
Right.
I mean, she has a very strong circle of friends. She has a very good relationship with her significant other, and they've all gone through so many different things together. So at this point, that just seems like a level of, it's a fear thing for whatever
Yeah.
reason, where she doesn't want to be vulnerable with them for, I don't know why, but I'm hoping that she does, because this whole class thing is...
No, because they usually
like,
always talk over wine about everything. So.
Yeah.
I mean, at the same time, we don't really know what happened.
No, we still
Right.
don't.
So it
True.
could be something that's like so out there and so crazy that it, like,
But even if it is, I feel
changes
like
her.
they've heard a lot of it. I mean, think about April's story. Like,
Yeah.
my husband faked his death to go be with some other woman who had a
Right.
kid. I mean, it's like,
Yeah.
we've heard some weird storylines.
I'm just curious to see what it is because it's obviously got to be really big for her to be doing this.
Oh, I just had a thought, but I don't think that would actually happen. Predictions, though.
Are you gonna remember it?
Yeah,
Okay.
I'll remember
Okay.
it.
All right.
But I think, though, it's one of those...
I forget it. I'm like, oh god, write it down.
I think her not wanting to tell...
Scratch it in the plastic.
All right, I'll write it right here.
Sorry, AfterBuzz.
I think her being afraid kind of to tell her friends is because, it's one of those things where, like, you can give a speech in front of however many people,
Right.
but you get more nervous telling your friends. And it's, I mean, clearly
you feel
she
more
went...
cleansed that way, I think. Don't you?
Yes, but
And-
sometimes it can take a while to get there.
Unless she's guilty of something, in which case she doesn't want to like admit that
Okay.
to her friends
So what
because
could
they'll
she
like
be
judge
guilty
her or
of?
something. I don't know. Maybe she did some a little cray cray.
Maybe
we
she
can see
killed
that she
him.
acts dirty. She likes to.
Is Wilson alive?
Yes.
Maybe she killed him.
Maybe she did something that she doesn't want her people in her close circle to know.
Ooh,
Yeah.
We should be writers for the show.
Yeah.
We should. I'm available.
Yes. Tweet me.
But you know what I mean? Like, I feel like if it was just something that happened to her,
Yeah.
she would be like, it would be easier for her to tell her friends.
We shall see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hope that they like move this train along.
Yeah.
because,
Yeah.
like,
Maybe like next episode would be great. Thanks.
Yeah.
Well, next episode they said it's the most shocking episode.
Speaking of that, you should tell everybody that we're...
Oh, yeah. We'll mention this at the end, but next week we will be off because of the holiday, so we'll be doubling up on episodes the following Monday.
Double it. I don't know. I wanted like a song to come on.
Double trouble.
Happen. Yeah, double trouble.
Sound effects.
Double.
Make it exciting. Make it sound exciting.
No, okay.
I just did. I kind of did.
Yeah, you did.
I was
Good
like
job,
fake
Allison.
explosions.
That was great.
Okay,
That was
thanks.
awesome.
As exciting as capes and having sex in your therapist's office?
Good segue.
That was weird.
That was...
Hey, but that's what gets her
Hey,
going.
if it works, it works.
True that.
I like that Karen defended them too and was like, it was doctor's orders.
Yeah.
That was just so bizarre.
She told her to say, does he know what turns you on? And I saw that like look in her face like it was going to be something weird. Yeah. Like that girl was like, I don't know if I want to tell him. It's going to be awkward.
I've rated the suits on.
You better. Where's your costume?
Have to dust off the superhero suits.
Well.
I mean, even though like Karen had a breakthrough with her patients, right, and she was so happy that it was weird because she finally has dinner plans with what's his name, the Manny. Robert, that's right.
Manny.
And first of all, he still ends up being a Manny. in
Right.
this
He's just
episode again.
doing it for free now.
Yeah.
She using him.
He loves Vivian though.
He loves the Viv.
I'm just glad this ended because I was so over that storyline.
Yeah,
to be
me too.
completely honest.
It just was a little like.
It's another forced thing.
Yeah.
It's like a relationship that they were trying to force. Hopefully they just get rid of it soon. Well, obviously they did this one, but they got rid of it. Bye.
I loved when Joss said, like, so he's just a working actor, or non-working actor, or struggling actor, or whatever. I was just like,
Pretty much.
kind of how we all felt.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Poor Jerry.
Well, he was great. I mean,
Yeah,
he acted
yeah.
great
No,
on the
it's
show.
fine.
Sure.
Maybe he'll be back around.
I don't know. It was a phase that she was going through. Apparently, like she said, you made me feel alive again after becoming a mother. But that's kind of what that was. He was just a stepping stone. That's he has served his purpose.
Yeah.
For someone who tells other people how to be in relationships and gives them all this advice and stuff, she's in like the most unhealthy relationsps ever, all the time.
Always.
Yeah.
It's true.
I feel
It's
like
like
that's how
always
it
the
is.
advice giver, but never can take your own advice or whatever that thing is.
So true. Let's
Those who
hope.
can't wed, plan.
Sure.
Right?
Could be
Isn't that the
something.
thing from,
Wedding planner?
yeah.
Yeah.
Because that makes sense. Anyway, anywho.
I don't know.
Let's hope for the best. Maybe
Yeah.
Karen, I mean, obviously she's getting high off her clientele right now.
Add Quinn.
I know.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Y'all
back, Ed.
in chat, Sheena123, hashtag bring back Alec.
Hashtag
Now it's not just
Yeah.
Daniel. It's Alec, too.
Hashtag bring back Daniel.
Allison will not give that. No. Not letting it rest.
Never.
Yeah. So I say we just predict.
Predict, because she has something.
Oh yes, April, you're holding it back.
Hope you didn't forget. Let it go. Let it go.
Predictions.
I feel like this is a little dark.
Oh.
So
It's a little what?
a little dark. So I don't know. I don't know if it would
tell
go. I don't know if it would go here. But then again, they did do like the whole maybe Callista was gonna hang herself at the end of last season.
Oh.
I almost wonder if obviously we know that Wilson was like trying to fight at her or whatever. I wonder if it could have been a thing where like it would have just been weird for this to happen though, but what if he like tried to like rape her? That's what I was thinking, why she's so in the defense. Like
Yeah.
I need to be able to defend myself because maybe she wasn't able to defend herself from him. Even though I feel like she would have been because he was so, I don't know. Anyway.
She was clearly attacked in some way. The extent of it
Right.
And she was
is
tied
yet
up.
to be known. Yes.
That's just what popped into my mind, and then I was like, ooh, that's a little serious to say.
Yeah.
But I feel like it
It could be. Very well could be.
It's got to be something more than just he attacked me. Not to discount it if that is it, because of
Right.
course that's horrifying. And I mean, if you think you're gonna die, like that is a crazy tough thing to come back from. But I just feel like it's something else on top of it too. That's just me though.
Sheena123 just wrote hashtag bring back Daniel.
Yes.
Yes. So it seems that from preview for next week, I think Alec is coming back.
I think so too.
I hope so.
Although I mean, I guess
Who else would it be at the
her
door?
reaction is justified when she was like, "What are you doing here?" Right?
Yeah.
Although it's almost kind of like,
Well, because he
"Where
knows.
the f- have you been?" I would have been.
Well, he knows he had a baby and he just hasn't been there.
Right. So my reaction would have been more like,
Oh, now you're back?
yeah, like, okay. So maybe there's that.
But who else would it be, though?
I think it's him.
No, I
Yeah.
think it's him.
Yeah, I do
think it's
too.
him.
Woohoo! Holla.
Dance. Okay. And then I don't know. I mean, Joss. I just hope we get to the point where she's feeling more comfortable with the people around her.
We need a reveal of like what it is.
I agree.
You
It's
know
like
what I mean?
it's taken a minute.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I want to be able to like understand why she's acting the way she is. Because right now I'm just kind of like stop lying to Harry.
Yeah.
And stop, you know what I mean? Mainly Harry, but
Be
like
honest.
yeah.
Yeah.
Honest.
For
T is the
me,
best
I
character.
guess Mark's gonna have to find out that what's his face kissed April and
Oh dear.
Yeah, well, we see he punches him in the face.
yeah.
Oh dear.
He needs a punch.
It's
I
just
mean,
like, I don't know.
but clearly April's not interested in him because she was like, "You need to leave now," instead of like giving into it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There wasn't even like we shouldn't, but we will.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like there wasn't any of that. It was just kind of like, "You need to leave right now." Like
So weird.
Yeah, and so it's like,
weird.
so it's like she's not interested, but it's like,
But she
Why
has
are we-
seemed interested.
Yeah.
I'm confused, so confused with that storyline.
I really hope they clarify some things quickly.
Yeah.
I know that because that was my thought. Maybe she realized that she is kind of interested and it shocked her so much.
Possibly that.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Possibly
maybe
that.
that.
Although we weren't feeling that, but possibly that.
Yeah. I don't know.
possible.
Maybe the chemistry thing was just like not communicated.
Maybe she
with
feels
us.
a level of connection with Michael that's like sort of on that more female side of things, like the listening and the talking and that.
but not
That's
like
possible.
sexual chemistry.
Right, like so, like a connection where she feels like a kindred longing. Because it does seem like she wanted to,
Talk to him,
Yeah.
totally.
although not like when he texts, "Can I talk?" She was like, "Nope."
Yeah. I literally screamed, "No, you can't."
Yeah, I was.
She's
No.
Supporting her man.
I was scared she wasn't gonna make it to the show, so I'm happy she did. She did.
Amen, hallelujah.
I don't know. I don't really have any predictions.
Yeah.
I'm just really excited to kind of
Get it going.
get it going,
let's
get
get
the
this
storyline
going.
going. Yeah.
Yeah.
oh, sweet.
All right then.
It's gonna be juicy when we come back.
It's gonna be Josie.
2 weeks.
2 weeks, yes. So in advance, everyone have a great 4th of July weekend.
Yes.
Don't
Safe.
play with fireworks.
Right.
Be safe. America. April, where can everyone find you?
Y'all can find me everywhere at April Whisenhant.
I'm Alison
Allison.
Dean. You can find me everywhere at the Alison Dean.
You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Sterling Cates.
And you can find me, Francesca, at XOXOCESCA, Twitter, Instagram, and we'll see you in a couple weeks.
We'll see you.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
See you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.